You can either love crypto or hate crypto, but opinions about regulations are increasingly moving in one direction. With the controversies that have occurred in recent months with the FTX and more recently, Binance exchanges, more and more investors are clamoring for a regulated crypto market. Will regulations be the cause of change in the cryptocurrency industry? What's up? What's good? How's everybody doing today? Welcome back once again to your favorite digital investment channel. Today, I'm going to go ahead and clear up all the doubts of all those people who are wondering about how regulations would affect the crypto industry. Will countries agree to enact laws to regulate the use of crypto assets? Would it get investors disinterested in this market? What is happening in the crypto world that more and more people are clamoring for regulations? But of course, before we begin, if this is your first time watching one of my videos, I invite you to subscribe and also turn on notifications so you don't miss any new videos. Now, like I said before, let's get to the video. More and more crypto industry executives have called for more regulations, transparency, and governance in a year marked by events such as the Luna crash and the collapse of the FTX platform just a few weeks before 2023. Which Genesis can now join as it seeks money to avoid bankruptcy. The online meeting organized by cryptocurrency exchange platform Bitstamp was attended by executives from companies like B2C2, Thomas Stout, Cooper, and Thalex. At this meeting, the executives agreed that it is necessary to regain confidence in a very emotional market that accumulated sharp falls in the value of cryptocurrency during the year of 2022. The Bitcoin, the most valuable and best known cryptocurrency, hit a low in 2022 at $15,485, and it also accumulated depreciation of 65%. A panel of entrepreneurs have put the spotlight on the need for better governance in the sector, following reports about FTX management. The need for a new regulatory framework in the ecosystem is another demand of the speakers to avoid situations like those of FTX and in turn to encourage traditional investors to include them in their portfolios. So what's the reason that has led business managers and investors to act for these regulations? After all, the model for cryptocurrency is freedom, correct? The crashes of the biggest ones like FTX came and uncovered a Pandora's box that awakened the fiercest fears of investors. Manipulation is monopolizing the market. It is true that the loss of confidence in the exchange platforms such as FTX, which are essentially financial intermediaries for crypto, augurs a steady depreciation of assets. The vast majority of Bitcoin transactions are done off-chain on these platforms, not on the Bitcoin blockchain itself. The platform acts as financial intermediaries, which are much more convenient, accessible to non-technically savvy users, and do not consume as much power. The emergence of exchange platforms was a major factor in the rise in value of cryptocurrencies, and strict regulatory measures will cause tokens to lose value. No wonder that Bitcoin and Ether prices went through that collapse. Although for many people, a regulation will make them lose confidence in the crypto market, the truth is that these regulations will make transactions much safer. In this regard, the U.S. Congress is evaluating a stimulus package for the infrastructure sector totaling $1 billion, which includes a modification that would not only transform the crypto industry, but would even encourage projects to leave the country. The infrastructure plan, which aims to update ports, airports, and roads, includes miners, node operators, network validators, software developers, and cryptocurrency exchange under the term broker. Doing so would force them to follow the strict KYC, Know Your Customer rules, which include detailed user information. So do you know what this means? Under this premise, user data would be required on platforms that are not intended for it. For example, when performing a cryptocurrency exchange through the DeFi system, no user information is requested. Similarly, a validator also does not require names or personal data of users who have trusted it to perform stacking. That's going to change with this new legislation. This U.S. approach to the crypto industry is nothing new, but it does set a precedent against the regulators' ambitions, because despite not being as extreme as China's rules, it could lead the U.S. to a similar point. This has hundreds of people asking the same exact question. Do they want to regulate or do they want to restrict? In 1996, the internet had a total of 36 million users. That year in the US, Section 230 was passed, allowing platforms to be exempt from any liability for content posted by users. At the time, only 8% of Americans were connected to the internet. But with the growth of the network in the early 2000s, social networks were able to have a greater chance of growth thanks to Section 230. Today, crypto asset users have surpassed 200 million people, but they face the same problem as the internet did in 1996. While the regulation included in the U.S. infrastructure package still has to pass through more stages before it's approved, industry leaders are already lobbying for amendments to change it. In practice, requiring KYC rules could be harmful. In the immediate term, it would create incentives for entrepreneurs to leave the U.S., but it could also be the first step to a strong legislation like Section 230, but it will only be applied to the crypto industry. This will mark a before and after, enable growth, and protect innovative startups. The internet also faced many obstacles, but it grew into what we know today. The internet adhered to Victor Hugo's premise: no force on earth can stop an idea whose time has come. So, would a restriction cause cryptocurrencies to collapse? If the implementation of CBDCs means the banning of cryptocurrencies and severe financial penalties for conducting transactions in the cryptocurrency market, this could slow down or even stop the development of the cryptocurrency market. A real collapse in project valuations and a mass exodus of investors will be then inevitable. However, this scenario currently seems unlikely given the scale of interest in the cryptocurrency industry and blockchain technology from major financial institutions and technology giants. So, what would be the advantages and disadvantages of eventual cryptocurrency regulations? Little is said about this, that's the truth. The fear of regulations tends to outweigh the benefits that legislation controlling the use of digital currencies could bring. First of all, regulations or rules for cryptocurrencies would mean that investments would be safeguarded and backed by regulators, which would generate more trust and more money in the crypto world. On the other hand, though, a disadvantage that users have expressed would be the conversion to a traditional market that forces you to provide transaction data and, in all cases, pay the corresponding taxes. And we all know that governments, they love their taxes. A regulation is not necessarily a good or bad thing. In fact, that's not what this video is about, so feel free to leave your comments about this below. Regulations allow investors' money not to be lost or misappropriated, as in the case of FTX. Who wouldn't like to have their money safe while generating wealth? Exactly, everybody. Here's a few questions for you to sit and think about. Will these regulations be implemented? Do you think the end of free cryptocurrency is near with the intentions of regulation? Let me know your opinion in the comment box. If you liked the video, of course, leave your like and subscribe, turning on notifications so of course you don't miss any new videos. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.